Hey guys, Paul from Ashen. It's new comic book day for the week of October 12th, and we're going to get started right now. This episode brought to you by Campfire Ashes. Spooky stories told around a campfire, and the lore that goes along with it. You should definitely check it out. New episode dropping every Friday this month.
Hey guys, it's Tim from the comic book store, Capes and Scowls, Team Ashen, and Paul and Tim do a thing. We do a lot of stuff. Yeah, we're stupid. Anyways, here's a bunch of trades. Let's talk about Reckless. Follow Me Down. These books are fantastic. It's Brubaker with Phillips. They always collaborate, and they're like, crime, we love crime. But I love those books are just amazing. Miss Marvel, Generations. This is a compilation that has the tail end of her 2015 run and a bunch of one-shots as well. We got Marvelverse, Shuri. And it's a bunch of random issues. Sorry. It's got her number one in there from her last solo series. We got Soul Plumber. Soul Plumber. Everybody lost their minds over this damn book. From the people who did the last podcast on the left.
I think we did the first episode.
Yeah. It was fine. It's fine. Sonic the Hedgehog, Imposter Syndrome. People really dug this one. We didn't do it, but hey. Excellent. The Excellent. That Michael Allred art. You either love it or you hate it, right? I love it. The Sword of Hyperborea. Maybe I'm saying that right. Hyperborea. Hyperboreas. Hyperboleses. It's in the Magnolaverse. It's probably amazing. We got an epic collection of Wolverine. This is some good old late 80s, early 90s Wolverine. I don't know if this is Larry Hama yet. I think he's a little after this, but it's got some Jim Lees in there. Moon Girl, Endangered Species. This features several of the Moon Girl team-up issues that came out recently. We have Stranger Things Omnibus Volume 1. This contains like 3 miniseries all in one, maybe even 4. If you like the show a bunch, you definitely should read this. It ties together in between seasons, which is cool. We've got Something is Killing the Children, Volume 5. This book's still plugging along, doing what it does. And last but not least, we have Marvel's Spider-Ham, Hollywood Mayhem, an original graphic novel. That's fun. Who doesn't like Spider-Ham?
First up, we have Scott McTiernan's Halloween Party. As you see on this weed, I think only someone high can appreciate this book. It's very odd. It's both a commentary on what's going on in America, and at the same time it's not. You have the monsters of Halloween trying to be spooky, and they can't until Scott McTiernan comes, and they ask him to save Halloween by killing all the incels with machine guns. And I kid you not, that's what they ask him to do. And that leads on some very weird Dr. Evil-esque Running Man type stuff that, like, I don't understand. You have to be high to understand this. It's a funny read. It's definitely weird. If you're looking for something that just doesn't make sense, but is told in an interesting and well-drawn thing, I guess check this out. I don't know. It was a flyer. I wasn't sure, and I'm still not sure, so check it out.
All right, first up, I've got Star Wars, High Republic number 1. There's like 75 new Star Wars books today, so make sure you pick up the right one if you want it. This book was pretty sweet. This takes place, I believe, before the previous High Republic book. I could be wrong. I get so confused. We're jumping all throughout time. But basically, this takes place way before all the movies and all the other stuff that you've seen. We get a new Jedi who has an interesting past dealing with some dark forces that, I don't know, maybe it's the start of the Sith. I'm not sure. I know only so much Star Wars. But there's a young Padawan that meets him, and they kind of are dealing with some political stuff. So, like a lot of Star Wars stuff, they're kind of setting the tone early. And I really like where this goes. It didn't do what I thought it was going to do. There's also a backup story dealing with the same world with a different character. Basically, it's a good introduction to what is going on currently on this world, and A lot of hints to original Jedi stuff, their original home planet, things like that. Where the I guess it's like a church. I don't know. Jedi's weird, but good book, interesting story. The art's really good, and I can't believe how the one story ended. So I want to see more.
What is my pick of the week? It is The Approach, issue number 1. This is an amazing book. I love Halloween. I love the creepy stories. This is about a very remote airport where a big snowstorm is coming through, and they are stuck with a bunch of people in an airport. The lights go out, and then this plane crashes. And when they crash, things are not right, and that leads to some really horrific things if you're seeing how well this book is done. The art is fantastic. You really get an idea of all the characters and just the creepiness that's going to come through. I'm really excited this as a fan of horror movies in the 80s. This is an amazing book, and I can't wait to see more of it. Yeah, I don't know how many issues this is. I'm assuming it's a mini, but it's really, really good. Art is fantastic. The storytelling is awesome. And if you just want some really good horror, 1980s, like vintage horror, this is the book for you.
All right, Paul, time for my pick of the week. Do you know what my pick of the week is?
No idea, and I think I actually picked it out, and I can't remember.
That's correct. You did tell me to read it, which I was going to do anyway, so I like when that happens. No conflict on our part. It's Hitomi, issue number 1.
Oh, yeah. I remember now.
Good job. H.S. Tack is the writer. I don't know if it's I guess H.S. Tack. And then Isabella Mazzanti is the artist. The art is insane. The art is so good. You have a story of a little girl whose family was pretty much destroyed during wartime, and she's trying to find a very specific samurai, and it is basically her roaming around looking for him. The art is so damn good. The art really sells this. The story is going to pick up. The story, they set it up. They set the groundwork really nicely. I'm definitely in to read more of this. But the little girl is like kind of tough and beyond her years because she has to be. She does some things that are kind of silly and alarming in a way. But the art is just really what you're here for. The art is amazing. I can't stress it enough. And I am very curious to see where this goes. This was a cool read. So if you like samurai action, and they've already kind of made me care about probably 4 characters, so that's pretty good for a first issue. And I don't even know if it's her. Like, get your revenge or whatever. Who cares? But like, there's other characters in here that I was like, I want to know what happens there. So that's a good sign. So if you are in the mood for some samurai action that's just a little different from what you're used to, it's not like, you know, the brooding male older samurai, which is nice. Check this out. It's got a weird kind of take on it, and I'm totally here for it. All right, that is it. Really, the only thing I'm here to plug is Campfire Ash's new episode on Friday. Make sure you check that out. Paul worked really hard because he did a bunch this month, right?
Yeah.
Spooky month?
Yep.
That's good. How many cryptids?
None, actually.
No cryptids! That's
No,
exciting.
This month is spooky locations.
Oh, spooky locations. That's kind of cool. I like that. All right. Well, make sure you check out Paul's podcast, Campfire Ashes. You can get it wherever you can get a podcast. You know, wherever you get mine, Capes and Scowls. Did you see that? I did that. I pulled it back together.
That tie-in.
Yeah, it was good. That's it. Have a good week. Let us know in the comments below if you read any of these books, and if you feel like we do, that's great. Or if you feel the complete opposite, that's also great. Just let us know if you check any of these out. That'd be great. Later.